You've heard of HyperCrystal and MilesDoodleArt at some point or another, right? And you've probably also seen the controversy surrounding the two. Lots and lots of controversy. If you don't know anything about them, then let me explain. HyperCrystal, or Hyper for short, is a 15-year-old popular OSC YouTuber who makes highly edited videos about BFDI and its characters. While Miles is an 18-year-old OSC YouTuber that focuses more on short animations of BFDI and Random Insanity, who occasionally hosts maps. Remember those ages because they're going to be important later on. Over the course of the last week, they've been getting into some hot water, let's say, but to fully understand what's been going on between them, we are going to have to go back a couple months ago. Quick reminder to not harass anyone mentioned in this video at all, and even though it's meant to be a video just to cover some drama that happened, I'll still appreciate it if you've subscribed. With all that said, let's move on to the drama. For context, we need to go back to November of 2023. During this, HyperCrystal had made some claims on another OSC YouTuber by the name of OdysseyTen. In a now deleted Twitter post and document, Hyper had shown supposed evidence of Odyssey grooming, acting weird, and being clingy towards him and Miles. The document covering these allegations have been deleted, but luckily Odyssey's new video helps recover some of the more important parts. After this, Odyssey made and released a new document attempting to debunk these claims. The document has not been deleted and I'm showing its content right now. While it goes through the same content that this video shows, after Hyper made a series of now deleted tweets doubling down on Odyssey being a groomer and pedophile, nearly the entire OSC believed Hyper's claims, and thus, Odyssey wasn't heard from again. It's necessary to keep in mind though, that Odyssey was around 22 years old at the time, and two of his friends had tried to contact Hyper about the situation, but with no response. And later, a now deleted tweet from Hyper claiming that Odyssey had sent out his friends to stalk him, which he now know was a lie, but everyone remained oblivious and believed him. Now we can move on to Psych, I'm still not finished. It's worth pointing out that 6 days before Odyssey released his video, Hyper had made yet another deleted tweet about calling out Zachary for painting out his content as meaningless slop. Which, by the way Hyper, if you're watching this, I know that it's okay to do similar content as before with some changes because it gets views. That's fine. Even I've done it and got a lot of views. But you can't act like you're doing something different in this community. With all due respect, the numbers definitely got into your head, Hyper. You literally do the exact same thing every single fucking video. Anyways, after the tweet came out, Hyper got flamed and stated that he was sorry and everyone moved on. This isn't really important to the later allegations, but it's worth mentioning as this severely reduced Hyper's reputation and it's drama worth mentioning. Okay, we're starting to get into the big shit now. On July 20th, Odyssey released a video debunking Hyper's claims made a year prior. This video does show Odyssey taking accountability for some of his more questionable actions, but he also debunked Hyper's claims of him being a groomer, pedophile, and him running away from his problem. There was a lot more mentioned in the video, which I will leave a link in the description to Odyssey's video if you want to see it in detail, but the video was basically just that. This caused the community to turn to Odyssey's side. But just 5 hours later, something would come out that would make this drama so much more significant. This is going to be a fun one. 5 hours after Odyssey's video, fellow YouTuber Brown Scarf posted a tweet stating that Miles was in love with Hyper. If you remember at the start of the video, Miles is an 18-year-old while Hyper is a 15-year-old. This is a classic case of being a pedophile. Along with that, after stating that, Miles tried to delete the evidence and purge Channel's author Discord server. This is very serious and caused Twitter to go mad over this. Though there's a misconception that Miles groomed Hyper. There is zero evidence of Miles taking advantage of Hyper in any way, which is the definition of grooming, so don't go around calling him a groomer, just a pedophile.
Yeah, okay. Sorry for the quality mic, but I gotta make some shit clear. So Miles responded, and they're asexual, so that means, you know, they can't be a pedophile because they need to have sexual interest in minors. And no, and also Hyper's about to turn 16, so like I guess that makes it a 2-year age gap. But still though, like being in a relationship with minors when you're an adult is still morally wrong. So okay, back to the video.
Yesterday, Hyper finally broke the silence and made a community post about the OdysseyTen situation. In it, he acknowledges his mistake on labeling him as a groomer/pedophile and takes accountability for it. says that no harm was meant on the document, apologizes to Odyssey for the unnecessary drama, and mentions that Odyssey doesn't want to communicate with him. The apology does not allow comments, and to be honest, the apology was shit. Not only was it days after Odyssey's video came out, but was obviously made with malicious intent. I mean, you and Miles nitpicked every little thing that Odyssey did, deleted the messages to make him look worse, treated other people who didn't agree with you terribly. The list can just go on. Now, I was finally going to end the video here, but guess what? More stuff came out, including the fact that Hyper knew the allegations were not true months before Odyssey's video came out. Very recently, more and more victims of HyperCrystal's actions have been coming out. I will name each of them one by one and explain their stories. First off, we have Giant Snowball. Giant Snowball uploaded a video about HyperCrystal, which he proved to HyperCrystal the day after his first talk on Odyssey came out that he didn't do anything grooming related. After this, Hyper proceeded to block him, and he and Miles started spreading false rumors saying that Giant Snowball was a pedophile and a groomer defender. I think that was the other way around. Giant Snowball also said that Hyper's apology was very ingenuine, which is true. Next, Misk OSC made another video about HyperCrystal 7 hours later, stating that he was friends with HyperCrystal before, and that they were both fans of each other's content. But HyperCrystal was secretly talking shit about him behind his back with Miles, calling him obsessed and later ghosting him despite Misk not doing anything wrong. This is obviously very fucked up, by the way. And finally, TrollZ made a community post saying that he didn't support Hyper's nor Miles' actions and wants nothing to do with them anymore. The more interesting thing about this is that he left a comment below saying that they have both treated him and others horribly, which possibly means that there's going to be more drama. Oh no.
Well, that's everything there is to it.
As of writing, neither Miles or Hyper has acknowledged the pedophile allegations, but that could change soon. In my opinion, if either Hyper or Miles is watching this video, here's a word of advice. Leave. With all due respect, both of you need to take proper accountability for your actions and leave the OSC permanently. There is no coming back from this. What you both have done is genuinely disgusting, and the fake apologies aren't helping. And I believe I speak for the entire OSC here. You two are not welcome here anymore. And if you want to take time off and try to become a better person, don't think about later coming back. Now, as a community, I feel like we all need to take part in looking back on our past actions, and if some of them aren't entirely appropriate, then maybe, I don't know, apologize to everyone before someone else makes it look a lot worse. It's not because of, you losing your channel and everything, but as genuinely just become a better person. If you need to take accountability for something, do it now, please. This is unscripted, by the way. Sorry if it looks like I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, that's everything I need to say. If I missed anything, put it down in the comments below, and I'll see you all in my next video.